So whispers of new playable leagues in FM26 have been going on for a couple of weeks. Those nations on the list that are getting the most traction are Algeria, Egypt, Lithuania, Morocco, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. Why should we be excited for these new leagues? Well, they open up fresh and new challenging save ideas in leagues that we've never experienced before in Football Manager, unless you have downloaded some mods from our excellent modding community we have available where you have been able to get these leagues over the past few years. But this time they're going to be officially in the game. No need for the mods, so why should we be excited? It's a further nod to global expansion where sports interactive are looking to reach new markets around the world. You just need to look at what happened when we added Japan in FM24, and then with the upcoming addition of women's football in FM26, it opens up a whole range of new opportunities for current gamers, new gamers, opens it up to new communities around the world. So now we're going to talk about the leagues themselves. I'll give you a couple of ideas about what teams you can expect to manage and a couple of challenges you could do. With all the recent superstar signings and cash-rich clubs in Saudi Arabia, there's a large spotlight on the Saudi Pro League right now. So some of the better sides you can go, the top 4 sides are mega rich. Your Al Hilal, Al Ali, Al Nasir and Al Ittihad. A short-term save with them would be fun, bringing in some of the best players from around the world, winning countless league titles, Champions League in Asia. For more of a challenge, why not take one of the smaller teams that aren't one of the big 4? They are still rich, but they're not as rich. They're not owned by the Saudi Public Fund. Try and develop a squad of regional talent with less focus on attracting the global superstars, using your scouting knowledge of the Middle East and Asia to bring in an Asian squad with a couple of sprinklings of superstar power from around the world, because let's be real, you will need them to compete with the big 4. A prime club that I'm selecting here is Al Ettifaq, Steven Gerrard's club that he did manage somewhat unsuccessfully as he did not last too long there. They are rich, but they're not as rich as we said as the big 4, but they do have some superpower talent in there. They have Jack Hendry, got to mention my Scotland boy. We have Gini Van Alden and we have Moussa Dembele, the ex-Celtic and Lyon striker. Next up, we are staying in the Middle East at the United Arab Emirates, another Middle Eastern cash-rich league where it has had some notable players play for it over the years. It's not quite got the global reputation to back it up as the Saudi league, but it's still a fun, rich league as it is. The perfect save idea here is you can obviously go one of the big clubs from Abu Dhabi or Dubai who have won countless trophies. The two Emirates themselves have won 21 and 23 league titles respectively. The perfect save idea is to see if you can take the Sharjah Emirate and compete with the big boys of Al Ali and Al Wasal and the powerhouse Al Ain from the Abu Dhabi and Dubai Emirates. So Sharjah, the club itself, have won 6 Pro League titles, but they are the 4th most successful. Why not try and dominate the United Arab Emirates with a club from out with the 2 powerhouse Emirates? Seeing somewhat in the region, we are looking at Egypt. It is the top-ranked league in Africa, so it is a bit of a surprise it was never there. The only league in Africa that we've ever really had is South Africa. Clubs like Al Ali and Zamalek are 2 of the most successful clubs and giants of African football. Al Ali themselves have won 45 league titles and 12 African Champions Leagues. Zamalek have won 14 league titles and 5 Champions Leagues, so they're the 2 big boys in Egyptian football. So why not continue Al Ali's dominance of national and African football, but also try and win the Club World Cup and crown Al Ali as the champions of the world? However, if you're looking for something a bit more challenging, why not try and break the duopoly of the big 2 with a smaller Egyptian club? The prime candidate for that is Pyramids FC. Their honours include 1 Egyptian Cup and 1 Champions League, surprisingly, in 24-25, but they've never won the top league. Can you make Pyramids FC a dominant force in Egyptian and African football and prove that the 1 Champions League they've won was not a one-off and was not a fluke? Next up, we're staying in Africa with Morocco, the 2nd best league in the African continent. Nationally, they managed a 4th place finish at the most recent World Cup in 2022, which made many people sit up and take notice as they topped the group with Canada, Croatia, Belgium, beating the likes of Spain and Portugal in the knockout rounds. A lot of these players were born in Europe with Moroccan descent, so why not try and take a club, build some homegrown Moroccan talent and see if you can develop the next crop of players to take Morocco back to the top 4 in the world. And some strong clubs in African football like Raja Casablanca with 22 domestic trophies and 3 Champions League wins, and Wydad with 31 domestic trophies and 3 Champions League trophies to go along with that as well. They are the 2 big boys in Moroccan football. So some save ideas for you are, similar to Egypt, become African champions and conquer the Club World Cup and conquer the world with either Casablanca or Wydad. Or if you're looking for that bit more of a challenge, why not look at Ittihad Tangier, who have 1 league title but no continental success. Try and topple the big 2 of Moroccan football. They boast a 65,000-seater stadium that is being expanded to 87,000 seats, hopefully in time for the 2025 AFCON at the end of the year. If not, it will definitely be finished for the 2030 World Cup that Morocco is helping to host. And the third North African nation we are looking at that's rumoured to be added is that of Algeria. It's a legendary footballing nation with deep history. Some great players have played around Europe. They've done well for themselves in African football, winning countless trophies. The same idea here is to revive JS Kabylie. They're the most successful team in the country with 14 league titles, but they haven't won any since 2008. They've also won 2 African Champions Leagues, the last coming in 1990. So why not take over the most successful club in Algeria and take them back to glory and be the dominant force in Algeria once again and get them back to the forefront of African football? And last but not least, it is the most surprising nation to be added, and that is the wildcard Lithuania. Known to many in Scotland due to the former ownership of Hearts by Vladimir Romanov, the less said about him the better though. But during his running of the club, Hearts and indeed Scottish football fans did see an influx of Lithuanian players arriving, some good, some not so good. Vladimir Romanov himself also owned FK Kaunas in Lithuania, however they folded despite being the most successful club in Lithuania at the time. Perfect save ideas here include FK Zalgiris. They are the top team in the country, continue to dominate and try and lift a first European trophy for the nation, or take over their rivals, Kaunas Zalgiris, to topple their big city rivals. If you're looking for a long-term challenge, obviously take one of the smaller Lithuanian sides from obscurity to Champions League glory. So there we have it, that is the 6 rumoured leagues to be added to FM26 this year. Let me know down below in the comments what nation you're going to try managing in, and is there any other nations that you would have liked to have seen added? Personally, I would have liked to have seen the Cypriot League added, but that's just a personal preference. As always, like, share, subscribe, and we'll be back with more FM26 news in the coming weeks.